I'll do it.
Is happening right now.
I promise you, this is the Cowboys Collective.
What is happening?
What? I promise you, this is actually no. That was right. This is the Cowboys Collective. A lot like the Cowboys defense, there's probably a miscommunication. John Machota, Skywalker Steele, Law Nation. I just want to say it is episode Tyler Guyton, like Law Nation said. We were having a pretty cool conversation before the show, but this is going to be a banger. We're not going to waste any time. We got a hard stop today. Let me just say this. There's going to be a lot of explaining today, and I want to start with John Machota. What's going on at the Star in Dallas? What you're hearing from Jerry? Yeah. You haven't talked to anybody in the locker room yet, or the assistant coaches, but what's going on after that? Really not great showing in Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to keep the pieces together right now. So anything that they say, I don't know. I don't put a lot of weight in. The actions speak louder than words. We'll get into the game, but there's just a lot of things that happen in that game that you're like, wait, I thought you talked about this all week, how this was going to get fixed or at least look a little bit better, and it didn't. So I'm really not into too much of what they're saying. Brian Schottenheimer did talk on Monday, and he talked about that they are going to look to simplify some things, and they're going to make some changes, which that could include personnel. We'll see. I mean, they got to be at the point now after these last two games and the teams that they played that way against, that everything does have to be on the table. Like, there can't be any bad idea. You got to throw everything out there because they're not in a good spot there. And then to make matters worse, CeeDee Lamb on the run play, gruesome ankle injury. I thought it was going to be worse than a high ankle sprain. I thought that had the potential to be a season ender the way that his ankle bent. But he was walking around fine after the game and said he'd absolutely be ready for Sunday. And then the news comes out on Monday that it's a high ankle sprain and that he's not going to go this week and probably won't go the next 2 or 3 weeks. But the big thing here is just to see, will they put him on injured reserve? They put him on injured reserve. That means he's out for 4 weeks, And so it doesn't sound like they're on that level yet. But I think it's a safe bet he'll miss at least the next 2 games. And pretty similar for Tyler Booker. He was able to play every snap, but he has a high ankle sprain too. And again, he's being considered for IR, but it all depends on kind of how he's feeling. But he's missing at least 2 or 3 weeks as well. So now you're down 2 of your top offensive linemen and you're down your best offensive player. And here come the Green Bay Packers, who are one of the best teams in the NFL with Micah Parsons. And so just not a great situation for the Dallas Cowboys right now.
It seems like, John, our injuries come in bunches in the same spot. I remember that there was a year of the hamstrings, and then it was the year of the calves. Now it's the year of the high ankles or low ankles or ankles. It's kind of weird, in my opinion. Do you guys feel the same? Like it always be the same grouping of injuries?
Yeah, Lord, it is weird.
It's just injuries, man. It feel like I hate to keep finding all these parallels to 2020, but this literally happened in 2020.
Right.
You lost about 3 or 4 offensive linemen at one point in time during that season, including Zach Martin for the first time, I think, ever. So it was just a weird season. And hopefully we can get on the other side of the injury, because it felt like to start the season, it wasn't that bad. Right. And then it just started to just avalanche itself after week 1.
Yeah.
Law, I couldn't agree more. We'll talk about the injuries. Actually, since we have so many things to talk about, to me, both of these injuries are extremely significant.
Right.
Because I'll start with CeeDee Lamb. You saw in that game, and I'll get all your guys' breakdown, but you saw the offense kind of get tight without him there to open things up. Right. You saw George not know the routes of the one, or I don't know if they're calling it an X or a Z, but, being that X receiver and being the guy who's getting certain targets and as Shotty would say, have it on his play sheet. And I thought at times they did decent, but you could just see the difference in them with Booker. I mean, Booker's been playing well. I mean, you would say him and Tyler Smith probably have been your most consistent 2 linemen. And you know,
I would say BB and Tyler before.
Yeah, but he's hurt. Yeah.
And BB got an ankle, right? When is BB?
Yeah, he got an ankle. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, even worse with him because the foot too. So
the foot.
He has it's tied together. I thought it was an ankle.
No, it's a foot thing too.
Yeah.
So he's 6 to 8.
You got
they're thinking
6 or 7, right?
6,
7.
Yes,
6 7. But let me ask you this though. How many times y'all watched the game?
I couldn't get.
I watched twice.
I usually go through each side, and then I'll start to pick certain aspects of the game I want to see. Third quarter, fourth quarter, passing game, running game, pass defense, run defense. So I can't even tell you the number. I've just watched a bunch of different things, a bunch of different times.
Can I put an if in there? And I don't want to take over Foots, but can I just throw an if?
No, go ahead. No.
And it's gonna sound optimistic though. So hey, don't.
No, I'm in for this. I can't wait.
No. I need some optimism. I need some positivity. Yes, I'm with John. Please.
I mean,
what's let's say those turnovers didn't happen. I'm just using if.
Oh, we doing that one.
Oh, yeah, we doing that one, Sky. I know y'all don't like it.
I'm gonna shut up.
Let's say we do 7 on those instead of we score the touchdowns instead of the turnovers on those drives. Would you feel a little bit better on the offense?
I would.
Of course. It was 3 turnovers, 3 times 7 plus 14. Hey, I know, don't shank me with the butter knife.
You'd have to have a lot more respect for the Bears defense than I do to even think of anything like that. Yeah. There's no reason they don't walk out there and score 4 touchdowns minimum, even without CD against that Bears defense. That is an awful defense. You know what that Bears defense is?
Yeah,
Russell Wilson. And you saw what happened to him today. Let's let a couple more games play out. And this one's going to feel even worse. Trust me.
I will say this. I'm not going to completely dismiss the CeeDee Lamb effect.
Right.
I think that was I think you would have been better off. And I'm not wishing injury to anybody, but I think it would have been easier if you had lost a George Pickens or if you had lost a Kevontae Turpin as opposed to CeeDee Lamb, because it's clear that the offense it really needs. I'm not excusing. What I'm saying is that did play a factor in not scoring 30 points, but that don't mean they couldn't score 24. That don't mean they couldn't score 27 or something like that, because they had options. They had chances to do it, but I don't want to dismiss completely losing CeeDee Lamb randomly, not losing him in the game, not losing him during the week, losing him in the middle of the first quarter and having to kind of switch your game plan up just a little bit.
All right, I'll dismiss it though. I feel comfortable dismissing it. I'm fine with that.
Dismissing.
Okay. There's only 2 sides to it. I get it completely. Terrible defense, but the realistic side to this is it had a slight effect because he freaking Lamb.
That forced fumble on Javonte Williams up their sideline gave them some juice that you didn't need to be giving them. I'll tell you that right now.
I feel like we're dismissing that fumble completely. And I think it was one of the biggest moments of the game, but Javonte had a great game, so we're dismissing it. But I'm not going to do that, because if I'm going to be hard on Sanders for his fumble in the red zone, I got to be hard on Javonte Williams for that fumble. That was huge fumble. You can't have it.
Yeah,
can't have it, especially Sky when it was such a good play that just like Javonte just hold on to the ball, bro. And it was, with him. It really has been a nice story with him, guys. They don't want to tackle the guy. I mean, he
runs hard.
He runs angry. He runs hard. He's smart. You could tell Dak loves him, but you gotta hold on to the ball. Like that part, I can't excuse. I want to fight back, Sky, but you're right, because you're right. If you think about the chain of events, if you score on that drive,
right,
I doubt you give CD the. You just keep feeding him.
You keep feeding him.
Yeah. I got a bone to pick. I've seen this, and me and Sky were talking about this.
Yeah, I think we should have that conversation, because I think there's some context. I think you can definitely speak on both sides here about the situation. But I can't wait to have a conversation. Yeah.
But my framework of mine is did you guys see that game last night? It was a nice game.
It was a great game. It was a great game. It was good football.
And I was just trying to think now, Derrick Henry did look like Javonte Williams with that fumble, but I was looking at the Lions and I was saying that if we can get anything close to that run game with a 1-2 combination,
I know where you're going.
You get where I'm going, like Montgomery, the way he's running. And I'm not saying Javonte Williams is that type of back. But I think that if we can be the T-move version of that, like that, yeah. I think we can. I think we can be. If
you don't think that you have to invest, you don't think you have to make some investments to get that though. The team makes no investments at the running back position. They're lucky that Javonte Williams is even playing at the level he is.
Who can we go?
Made a lot of investments to get that running game.
Who can we grab to be that Kamara? Can he be that Gibbs for us?
Yes.
Yeah, but you have to do that. Yeah, you have to actually go make the.
He can still be pretty good. I've actually been watching the Saints. They're just a bad team, but he's still pretty good, John. He can still scoop.
But see, let's not overlook the fact that this is something that you clearly saw was an issue in camp. Clearly, because you don't just wake up and say Jaden Blue's not ready. You knew he wasn't ready in camp. I don't know how you looked at Miles Sanders. I don't understand how you could watch the film in Carolina and come back and say, I try to tell, I'm not trying to be I don't want to be David Towner guy. No. I don't like
that. Leave that to me.
I'll let Fuzz handle that. But it was clear on film. He just not that guy. So
not that guy, but
all of a sudden, 4 weeks in, let's go trade for Kamara. This was slapping you in the face during the offseason, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's the frustrating part. You're right. This guy. Sky said it. And honestly, I was on the table for Javonte, but I didn't see it like this. I saw a guy that would be somebody else kind of be, and then Javonte is taking this thing and said, I can still play football. Watch this. Mm-hmm. It's been a good marriage because the scheme is married well.
Yeah.
My thing, Law, is we haven't been able to see the run game with the lead. And if you really want to talk run game, honestly, if I'm Brian Schottenheimer, you got to figure out a way to get Blue up to speed. At this point, and John, maybe homework for you. What is really going on there? But I know we got to talk about this Bears and this defense, but I'm as lost as anybody else. Yeah. Because in camp, you saw Pop, you saw Juice. The runs he got in the preseason, you saw Pop, you saw Juice, and now he's inactive every week.
Is he that bad, John? Is he that bad? Is he that far off from what Miles Sanders exhibits? Or how bad is Blue? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't think it's the play thing. I think it's probably the behind the scenes, like knowing the offense type things. I think that's why if they could trust him putting him out there all the time, I don't understand why he wouldn't be active. I don't think it's a play like he doesn't have the ability. I think it's that he probably doesn't have the other stuff where you can count on a guy, because there's just not enough guys in front of him that where you'd be like, well, you can't play him because of this guy. So it has to be something where you just don't trust putting him out there for whatever reason that is.
So is Maffa kind of like ahead of him? If Maffa was
I wouldn't say
healthy
that
right now. Okay, so Maffa is going to be a whole nother story too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to do a Mozzie Smith thing here in a couple of weeks probably and be like, oh, Jaden's been consistent, so then they're going to bring him in and then he'll play. Just like, I don't know, Mozzie's been consistent in practice, they said, so he played. So there's only so much we can know. We don't get to watch practice, so
that
we'll only go off of what they tell us.
Mozzie playing felt like charity, but anyway, I didn't. And you guys, Sky, you watched the tape.
I didn't watch
the defense.
I can't.
I
watched the defense. I wasn't watching Mozzie specifically yet.
I know that just felt like he didn't.
I'm not going to speak on it. I haven't watched it.
I'll say this: Shotty
Why would you put yourself through watching that tape over?
I'm gonna tell you why I have
different. Like I said, when you watch and film, there's certain ways to watch it and certain things you're watching.
I'm watching for the back end because I really do. Like I said, I was talking to, I think you guys before the show, and it's like we're gonna get to all of this, guys. By the way, but I was hard on Diggs, and he still hasn't been playing well. Well, actually, let's do this. Let me be a good quarterback. All right, so we talked about the injuries. I want to talk about CeeDee Lamb and how that injury happened, and was that right to be handing him the ball. Panel, where are you guys at with that? Sky?
I'll let them go first.
I'll say this, though. I'll fall on the sword. I advocated for him to be in the backfield, but not in that play. I was like, end around, sweeps, make sure you beeline to the sideline if you see someone, just to get him in rhythm, just to get him in movement, just to get the offense not stale. And the way that they played that and put him in that backfield where everyone, far as the Chicago Bears, who was they wasn't good at stopping the run, and they were making sure that, shoot, if CeeDee Lamb get this ball, I'm gonna make sure I break him. And that's exactly what happened. It was like, shouldn't the Cowboys at least disguise that, put an illusion there? But just to line him up in the backfield and give him the ball, that was lazy in my thoughts. And it was just like, what are we doing here? So I didn't like that play design, but I did like the idea of getting him in the backfield and getting him moving.
Yeah, one of my thoughts was I thought that those were the kind of tackles they're trying to take out of the game. The hip drop, like drop your weight on someone's ankle like that.
Noah Sewell.
But it was textbook,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against CeeDee getting a couple handoffs. Like I think he's a dynamic player. And the other thing is that I've always felt like he was way more durable than he got credit for. So it's kind of surprising that, that even happened, because actually, no, it's not. It's surprising and shows you how durable he is, that he's not done for the season. Right. Because that is an absolute end of the season type tackle when you watch that thing in slow motion. Like, it's amazing that the tendons are still attached and that the bone there was no breaking or any dislocation at all. It's crazy. And it's also crazy that he was walking without even a limp after the game. And that means that happened early in the game. I think that was 7 plays in on offense. That means that you're not on that thing really doing anything for 2-3 hours and was walking without a limp completely fine. The swelling and the pain that he had to have by that point. That's why I believed him in the locker room after when he was asked about if he could play Sunday, and he was like, absolutely, or whatever. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he'll play the full game, but I have no issue with that play. They will say that. They have said that. Jerry and Brian Schottenheimer, they have no issue and said that they'll go back to doing that. I doubt that, though. I doubt that you see him do much more of that for the rest of the season when he comes back.
Yeah, for me, it didn't make any sense. I totally get the thought in years past when your run game wasn't good, when you had a struggling run game, when you didn't have juice to complement another player. Look, you can feel how you feel about it. I understood that 100%. You need to find ways to manufacture big plays with your big play person. But you have proven that you have a top tier run game. You have proven in that specific game leading up to that, specific play, where they weren't handling Javonte Williams or your run blocking. I mean, no team really has just yet, and the Bears' run defense is terrible. So I get it as a change up.
Right.
You're not changing up with 9 minutes left in the first quarter in your second possession. That's not a change up. That's part of a plan, and that's specific. So that right there, it didn't really add up to me. I don't get trying to do it in that manner at that. That's the second part for me. Is I wanted to go back and look, because I'm like, I don't remember CeeDee Lamb ever having a real big play out of that specific style of play. And what I mean is a direct handoff to CeeDee Lamb. So I went back and looked at all his rushes from 2022 to 2025. All of CeeDee Lamb's positive gains, except one, have come on reverses, have come on jet sweeps, have come on trick plays. Or if he is in the backfield in that manner, they're tossing it out in space, getting pullers and letting him get, work as a satellite back. Mm-hmm. If you go and look at, and it's not a lot, there's 6 rushes where he runs the ball directly, a handoff like a running back. He has one positive play out of those 6 plays, one in those 9 yards. So for me, it's not necessarily about the injury, the result of the injury. It's the actual result of the play. It's the lack of knowing your player with that specific play, and understanding that this actually is not working. Thus, is the juice worth the squeeze? Forget the injury. Forget the injury. He went for -1 yards. Forget the injury. He's done
technically,
that.
he didn't go for anything because the play didn't even count, because there was holding and there was Like if you look in the game book, like it doesn't
count.
count.
Well, then that part too. But the the football aspect of it, like if it didn't win no holding, it's a negative play.
Yeah.
And I believe again of the 6 runs, 5 of those have been 2 or less yards or negative yards. He has 1 positive run in 2023.
But how many of those, when you watched them, were they shoddy calling the plays? It's different now. This is Shoddy's offense.
It's the same play. So I would say, I'm not saying ditch having him run. Have him run to his strength, which is the jet sweep, which is the tosses. Direct handoffs, it just isn't working. And so to me, I'm looking at the coaches like, all right, cool. You want him to get the ball out the backfield, but do it where his strength is. If you look at the plays where he's done this, you should know this. I shouldn't have to know this. You should look and see, oh, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't work. This isn't working. Why will we do this with CeeDee Lamb? I don't care if you get 9 yards off of it. He can get 9 yards in his sleep running a route. He can get 15, 16, or a big play running a route. If you just trying to switch it up with jet sweeps. Don't switch it up handing the ball off like he's running back. He's not Deebo Samuels in that manner.
Yeah, for me, I didn't like the call at that time. There's literally no point to do it. I
just looked over. Somebody said Dak changed the play. Take the play out. It shouldn't even be.
Yeah, the problem
play shouldn't even be for CeeDee Lamb.
So the problem for me is if you look at how CeeDee even took the football, it was messed up from the beginning. Like, so it looked like it was trying a downhill run. CeeDee does this weird cut, step, whatever. And that's why you have running backs to run the ball, to take certain tackles. I always tell people, you want to play running back? Get used to getting hit. Get used to taking certain tackles. Javonte Williams, you know what happens if Noah Sewell tries to put his weight on him? He stiff arms him like he's been stiff arming guys the first 3 games. Like, if you watch Javonte Williams,
he gonna get that hit.
He knows how to take tackles. He also knows how to give punishments.
Yeah.
If you watch CeeDee Lamb, that's not what, like, he's a receiver. He's literally 20 pounds lighter than these running backs.
I mean, he tried to stiff arm him, and that's what got him pulled down. Like he pulled him down.
When he tried, he tripped himself up.
The play was a jumble from the beginning. But the thing for me is, to me, John, CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver. He's the top 3 receiver in the league than the way he's been playing, even with the drops. There's literally you hand him the ball when he's not getting open, or when you have Cooper Rush back there. They've been on such a wavelength. There's no need to do that to Turpin. I've seen Turpin, if you want to give him an inside zone, cool, change the pace up. You don't need to do that with CeeDee Lamb. And I think that's where Shoddy's like, Shoddy, or whoever called that player, whoever had that in the script, guys, scrap that. And I'm with you, John. I'm with you. I hope they can say it. We don't need to see that again, because he's killing you as a receiver. And I just thought that's where it's like, okay, you're losing me here, because anybody and you don't want him to get hurt, but things like this happen when you do stuff. When you put a guy who's not supposed to be at a certain position, this could happen, unfortunately.
Again, people are missing the conversation here. Has the juice been worth the squeeze to run that play with CeeDee Lamb? It has not. It is not. The longest run, I mean, if you want to talk about runs in general, which I'm not, because I like the jet sweeps, the longest run CeeDee Lamb has had in the last 4 seasons is 24 yards, ladies and gentlemen. 24. He has 1 carry over 20 yards, if I'm not mistaken. It's not worth the squeeze to run it out there, bro. Put the running back. Again, if the offense is struggling, if it's the third quarter, need to switch it up. It's the second possession.
Javonte was averaging 7 yards a carry at that time.
It just makes no sense at that point in time to run that play with that particular player when you've been running it with who? Turpin.
Yeah, use Turpin. Yeah.
So
and it's unfortunate, because the only reason why I'm spending this much time on it is because that is a guy you couldn't afford to lose. I don't care what anybody says. This game is gonna feel tight coming up against Green Bay. But let's go and let's now recap this Bears game, and
let's do it.
Let's do it. This is gonna be tough. But I'll start, and I won't try to be super long-winded. But for me, the Cowboys missed a opportunity to win a game versus a team that I still believe that they're better than. And I won't even talk about the defense, because I'm just tired of it. I get nauseated thinking about it, and I don't want to take a victory lap or anything, because honestly, as hard as I went on Diggs last week, Diggs wasn't the biggest issue, bro. This week was for sure Kyer Elam has to get off the field. Like if there's one thing, if there's one player who I'm out on, like there's a reason Buffalo didn't play him, and everybody's talking about the miscommunications and the confidence. He just doesn't have it, bro. Yeah. He's not, and I don't even like the way he tackles. I text Sky, I said I like 25 better than him, and I have some solutions. But anyway, when it comes to the offense, I want to kind of attack our offense now, and John kind of hinted at it. My recap is I didn't like the middle 8 and how we handled it, and I didn't like how we came out at halftime, and I think that's where you lost the game. If you want everybody to, if you want to know why you lost to the Bears, because you gave the Bears the ball and they took 9 minutes off the third quarter, and you just had no juice, and it's starting to look like the second half offense is starting to be an issue. So for me, you needed your offense to be better, and it sucks that they got to play this way. But to me, the offense lost you the game only because you know the defense isn't good. Let me not say they lost you the game. The defense 100% lost you the game.
Oh yeah.
But the offense, the way that defense played, the way the Bears defense had been playing, giving up 52 points to the Lions. You needed more than 14 points. You needed more from your offense. You need to eliminate the mistakes. You got killed with the mistakes offensively. Third quarter, or actually fourth quarter, you're driving down to try to cut it down to was it 14 or 10, and you interception, right? Dropped right off the hands, interception. Coming out the third quarter, the mistake was Tyler Guyton, who again, this Bears pass rush was not dynamic, so I think there was good moments for the pass protection in this game, but then there was moments where you took bad sacks because you got beat. Right. 2nd and 5. You can't give up a quick pressure sack like that knocks you back into 3rd and 15, and now it's over. Right? Yeah. Drive's over. You were actually driving the ball pretty decently to open up that quarter, and then 3rd and 15 is like a holding. It's like getting sacked that deep is like a holding, and they were already putting the top over you. So what happens? You get the defense on the field. The defense, first we talk about this behind the scenes. They miss an opportunity to get off the field with a turnover. They miss an opportunity for a 4th down stop. Like you said, damn near a 10-minute drive. So you again also talk about this. You are forced to be damn near perfect. So I think for me, Shotty has to operate a little bit more aggressively when he sees his defense doing that in the first half. Like you got to be a little bit more aggressive, and they tried to take some shots. They did. It just they put a lid over top of it. But what I mean by more aggressively, beginning of that game, 4th and 2 on the 34, I'm not kicking the field goal. Sorry, not doing it. But there was other moments too.
Yeah. Trading these field goals for touchdowns, you're not going to win, especially when our defense is porous as it is. I had some things that I wanted this team to do during the offseason going into this game, and I had my principles. Can we run the ball? Can we stop the run? We did those things. And can we master the time of possession? We did that. We won the possession battle. We had the ball for 32 minutes. And it goes back to what Scott said.
By 5 minutes, we had the time of possession, so we can't use that this week.
Yeah. So every three things that we checked off on, and that I checked off on, we did it. It just that we didn't check off on being perfect, right? Those 3 turnovers. How many turnovers we had? 3 or 4?
3 straight.
3 straight.
You said it, Lo.
I said it earlier. When I look back at the game, I was sitting back thinking, rubbing my beard hair, and I was sitting there saying, if we did,
hold on. Do you frequently just rub your beard hair and say,
yeah, I was sitting.
I know he do because I ain't got shit, and I be like this, like
I was thinking.
I know Law.
Hey, when Pickens dropped that ball, he said in his helmet. Did you say? Yeah, we just not that.
Oh, is that what he said? Nah, this is what I said. Mother.
But you got to get numb to it. It takes you about 3 times to watch. It takes you a multitudes of times to watch it, right?
I ain't gonna hold you. When we do something bad, I really just be like this.
Yeah. Bro,
like, all jokes aside, I just sit there and be like, I don't get
really?
Like when it's that bad. If it's like a missed opportunity, that I'm snapping. But if it's that bad, I just be like, it's a delayed snap out, bro. Delayed. Then I start snapping out.
Do y'all find yourselves kind of like, man, I'm scared to get excited because something crazy is coming behind this?
Nah, I live and die every play. I live and die every play.
You live and die every play?
I don't, bro. Scott, I really watch football like, nah, something's coming.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that I have to do. John, do you do that? I know John does that. Very pessimistic, like nah.
Say John.
Like John.
I'm trying to think. That game does nothing for me. Trying to think about a situation. Yeah, there's definitely there's little things that I'll do if it's my team playing that I'm really into. Like if they're playing well and I don't have the sound on. Well, the sound's not going on for the rest of the game. You know, you
sit on a certain side of the couch.
I'll stay the same way. Like my brother, if he listen to this, he'll tell you in the chat, man. I'll stay in the same position, same room. I won't go nowhere.
John,
I'm really crazy, bro.
You are a Lions guy, right? You're a Lions guy, right? So I'm quite sure you're probably watching the game last night and then just listening in to how they was talking about, yes, it's difficult overcoming new offensive coordinators, new defensive coordinators, but Dan Campbell got his hands on that team and he wanted to implement his culture. So I'm sitting here I'm sitting here watching, I'm still rubbing my beard hair again. And I said, I wonder if Shotty got a control of this team on how you look at that defensive coordinator, Shepard, whoever that guy is, and he's on the sideline, he's animated. I'm sitting like, I want that here. I want the way that they got their infrastructure. Even though they want, what's the Lions record? They what?
2-1.
2-1. Even though they're 2-1, I said, man, I want that here. We've so far away from that.
Been there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this. You know who I want?
What you want?
I want that general manager they got up in that booth.
Brad Holmes. What a great team.
But that's a whole other.
The Lions Collective, baby. Come on. But I'm just
keep the damn coordinator. Give me the guy.
I'm just thinking, man, that I think we are more of a cultural way. Not go ahead. I don't want.
No, you want the preach.
Hold on. We can't wrong. We can't punt on the culture just yet.
You ain't wrong.
We can't punt on Shotty's culture because, to be honest, we gotta see it through. I mean, because to be real, you said it, Law. He didn't go out and have Javonte get stripped. I mean, he was dialing. He's still coaching with. The one thing I will say, and I text Scott this, I do want Shotty to just calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
And just If you want to give Shotty help for something, maybe it would be Shotty. You get on that headset and say, no, we're not doing this on third down again. I want them tighter. Yeah. This is the call. I'm the head coach. Because right now, this is what I've been running with, y'all. It feels like Shotty runs the offense and Flus runs the defense. And I know in theory it should
exactly
be like
what's happening. That's exactly how it was under McCarthy.
It's just
the defensive plays.
But John,
they're worried about what they're calling next on offense. That's the difference with when Law talks about the Lions. Like Dan Campbell's the walk-around head coach. My favorite college team. I'm seeing that change go on right now. Mike Norvell was hired to be the offensive play caller and the OC. Now he is just the walk-around head coach.
He gave it up.
Because that's a lot on your plate. You're not even watching the defense.
But John, that's the issue
after the game that he doesn't even know if Mozzie had a good game or not. And he can't because he's too busy.
Yeah.
These are just facts.
I agree. That's why
offensive plays, you have to be focused on that. There's no well, the offense was that's your baby. Yeah. That's the whole thing you're working on. Also in that game, it's not like that was going well. So it's not like you're just like, yeah, I got this thing going. Like you're focused on that all the time.
Like he's probably not on the sideline seeing Donovan Wilson getting rocked, seeing Hooker getting rocked, seeing
getting ready.
So if he is asking, he's probably like, "Hey, what's happening over here? We good? We're good. Yeah, I got to cover. I got to get back to the offense." So
so to my point about the whole entire game, and I'm going to be way, way more dialed back than I would have been if we did this right after the game was over. So you saw that last week, and you know what happens in pro sports and really elite college sports too. Whatever the thing is that you've completely effed up, the next game, it at least looks a little bit better because you worked on that thing extra during practice. You put in a little bit of extra time, at least being like, all right, we might have issues, but that thing isn't going to be as bad. And that thing absolutely was just as bad. That's the alarming part. That's why you can question everything off of watching back-to-back games. They didn't play the Packers and then this week played the Ravens. They're playing the Chicago Bears and New York Giants. Just wait till you see at the end of the year where those two teams are drafting at. Yep. Bears fans even know that that's fool's gold to think that Caleb's turned a corner. He was sailing balls just like he did the first 2 weeks. It didn't matter because nobody was catching them.
Right.
And then that's the other part of it. The takeaways, they're not even close to getting a takeaway. Why would you think that they're about to come in bunches? Where are they close? Where are all the takeaways that are just on the tip of their hands and they're about to take away? They're not even in the neighborhood. They're wide receivers that are just running around. Nobody's in the neighborhood. Nobody's around them. To act like it just, they're just kind of missing. They're just kind of, we got to coach them up, whatever. Nobody's close. Guys are just wide open. And you know what? I even was fooled into thinking early in the game that it was because the big plays were coming because there's so much wide open field. So safeties are getting lost. There's so much ground behind you. Well, then that red zone play happened. And there's what are you defending?
Come on. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the thing I go back to, the two things that stand out to me about defense, you hear the most that people talk about defense. We'll talk about the elite defenses. We'll talk about we defend every blade of grass. This team doesn't defend any grass. The other one that they talk about all the time, that Matt Eberflus was saying all throughout training camp, and all the players were saying this, it was about how there'd be no house guests, like that everybody had to do their job. There'd be nobody out there. Like everybody had to be tackling. Everybody had to be bought. Like there's none of that. I don't care that it's only a small sample size. These last two games is alarming.
Man, come on.
I didn't want you to stop.
No. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
We was about to gloss over this, talking about, I don't want to talk about the defense. Hell no. Ain't no way we can come out this game not talking about the defense, Foots. I'm sorry. Right. Like we can get on the offense and everything like that. That's all cool. But the trajectory your defense is on is of all-time franchise worst right now. They're number 1 and number 2 worst of all time in your franchise, or number 2, number 3 worst all time in your franchise. 13 20-plus yard plays have been given up in 2 games against Caleb Williams and Russell Wilson in 2 struggling offenses. That's unacceptable. Yeah. That's unacceptable. So, yeah, everything should be on the table on that side of the ball, and it sounds like, according to Shadi, it is. These are some plays that I put not plays, but the graphic I put together so people can see how wide open these players were.
All right, let's do this. Let's hit sleeper, and then I want to talk about some fixes because me personally, I have some ideas, and maybe some of them are extreme. Sky was texting you about them, but I just want to put everything on the table because nothing should be off the table. But right now, got the wrong one up. That looks, oh my God, I'm stinking right now. Hold on, guys. There we go. We'll go there. All right, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm being a bad producer. All right, here we go. Scott, let's talk about sleeper. What's your guys' okay. Let me say this. If you're Green Bay and you're playing Jordan Love and you got a play on sleeper, what are you guys playing there? Are you going over? When it comes to the Cowboys, I mean, we got to talk about it the way this defense is look, because sleeper gives you that ability to have these plays and the immersive experience as a fantasy player. What would you guys do this weekend?
Man, I've been missing on my sleeper. So I thought I had this one in the bag. I thought CeeDee Lamb was for sure scoring a touchdown. I thought Javonte Williams was for sure scoring a touchdown. And I thought Caleb was going to run for about 27. So don't take my sleeper advice, but I will say this. The only advice I will tell you to take is to jump on it, man, because it is fun. It's fun to be on that. You can do multiple things in game, out the game. I advise choose a sleeper, man. And choose a friendly too.
Hey, what about this though? Still, if you are if the Cowboys defense is going to be bad, which it looks like that's the trend, at least we can get paid for them being bad. So I would take everything.
Hammer whatever the over is on the other side. Hammer it.
Sleeper, thank you for sponsoring this channel. Sleeper guys, use code HMA Sleeper. Thank you for sponsoring the Cowboys Collective.
And one more thing on the defense.
Oh, John is dug in. I love it.
He dug in, man.
I find it laughable that people think that Micah Parsons would be the fix to this.
Oh, yeah.
You don't understand football if you just think one elite edge rusher would fix how bad this defense is. It's not just a little bit. The wide open players on the back end, don't get me wrong, Micah would get a sack or two. It would affect the game. They might have even beat the Bears. But what's happening on the back end is so alarming that, honestly, could be worse with Micah because he could go on his podcast and just throw everybody under the bus on the Tuesday after the game. Let's not act like he didn't do that before. So anybody that thinks that is going to be the elixir, like going into Sunday's game, laughable.
Elixir,
so do people think
crazy.
So I wonder if people think he's the elixir or people think it would at least be a little bit better. if you had him plus a Kenny Clark type. I wonder if that is the conversation, because I think what people are doing is separating the two. Well, if Mike and the run defense, but what if you did still have this good run defense with that? I think it helps a little, but it doesn't fix stupid in the back end, and it doesn't fix your coordinator not having a counter punch either. I know it doesn't fix that, but I don't know that you'd be trending. I don't know. I would love to have seen what it was like to have a stout run defense like this, like legitimately, on top of being able to get after the passer. But that back end is a huge concern, man.
No, John's absolutely right, guys. And pressure, literally the way in which they're playing, the marriage just look at the pre-snap, the alignment.
Yeah.
I don't care how fast. Yeah, I don't care how fast Micah gets back there. If Kyrie Elam is 10 yards off the ball on 3rd and 2, he's not going to break the ball.
No, that matters. Yeah. That specific play you're talking about, that 3rd and 2, he actually sat back there for 4 seconds. Yeah, because he looked up.
The worst play in the game is the flea flicker. Swift throws the absolute worst ball back to him.
Yeah, that was bad.
Maybe that gets executed the way it did in mid-level college football. Maybe.
Yeah, that was bad.
In the pros, when you throw that bad of a ball back on a flea flicker, play is wrecked. They'd be lucky for Caleb to catch it and just hang on to it and just lose the yards, not for him to just get completely smoked and then you pick up a fumble. That was one of the worst pitchbacks I've ever seen. And for that play to result the way that it did, seriously, alarming is the only way to put it.
And to your point about not fixing stupid, Coach Shoddy basically what I'll say, he said they were stupid. He's not going to say that, but he basically said y'all had bad eyes there, because what wide receiver is making that type of block at the 3rd level? So right. If your eyes were disciplined and good enough, Malik Hooker and Kyrie Elam should have never bought that bullshit, because you're never making a crackdown block at the safety level for a receiver. So he lulled both of them to sleep. And yes, it's a trick play, did what it's supposed to do, but the coaches saw that. They saw that you're not actually, coaching this right, or whatever it may be, and we can get you. And that's what the coach said. That's what Ben Johnson said. So
I guess what I'm saying is Micah is going to win. He's going to pressure you, but the corners, they're not jumping anything. They're not playing aggressive. The only pass defense I saw was Donovan Wilson. Did you guys, the film I watched? I didn't watch any of it. So that's why I'm like, Micah definitely helps. And Micah helps any team, but the way these corners are playing, the way the whole secondary is playing is just throw it all away. Throw whatever they've been told. We have to. I do like Schottenheimer saying we have to simplify things. Here's the problem with that.
Or change something.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem with I'll talk about simplifying. Simplifying is offenses know you have to simplify stuff. And so I think the issue is they're staying in these looks pre-snap. They're not changing anything post-snap. And Eberflus is playing such a Rod Marinelli, what you see, what you get defense. Yeah. And even a quarterback, Caleb's never coming to the line changing anything. That's Ben Johnson thinking for him. But Ben Johnson is smart. So he's saying this is what he's going to do. This is the play call. The ball needs to go there. John's right. Caleb didn't look amazing. He airmailed a few plays. He was late. He's still running around doing goofy stuff. But if you're going to play these stagnant looks, and Diggs is going to be 20 yards, and Elam's going to be 20 yards, and neither of these safeties are going to make a play, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. Also, with the way he plays, inexcusable that he's not sacked at least once. I mean, that's the first time in his career that he hasn't been sacked. The way he plays, kind of like, Law was talking about watching that game yesterday, like Lamar puts himself in a position where he's going to get sacked every once in a while because he doesn't throw the ball away, because he doesn't have to, because he's an amazing playmaker. And Caleb has some of that to him. Obviously, he has ways to go to get there, but he has that type of talent. To not have a sack of him is that's terrible too. And hey, I thought that group of Ezraku and Marshawn Nealon and Dante Fowler and Sam Williams, I thought at least one player out of that group would have emerged during these first 3 or 4 games. I am surprised that not one of them has really done anything. And what if now Clowney, who's expected to play on Sunday, what if he looks the best and he hasn't even been playing football for 2 months?
John, I'll be honest. I'll point at myself. Fowler's been a complete, utter disappointment from the way that he's. I know everybody will say, "Oh, it's not Fowler's job. He didn't
Everyone
play
will say,
the
look at the
run."
Pro Football Focus grade. Have you seen it?
I haven't even seen
He
it.
has like the second highest defensive grade on the team
For
the season.
Fowler?
I don't even
Fowler
care
does,
about
yeah.
their grades, man.
Yeah, they're John.
I just saw it the other day, and I was just.
It's a joke because, bro. Okay, my issue with Fowler is on running downs when he's in there.
Mm-hmm.
We know that he's not the best run defender, but bro, you have to try. Like you're running down a tackle's face. These tackles aren't good, by the way. Neither one of these tackles are.
Yeah, that's
who do you like better?
The scary part, John. They aren't good.
Fowler or Sam Williams.
Both have been bad. You flip a coin. I don't like either of them, bro.
6 or 7.
I'm gonna be real with you, Law. I'm so
Yeah.
serious about this.
Yeah.
I got the same smoke for everybody. I don't have picks.
Yeah.
Sam Williams has been a complete utter bust. I'm not holding out hope. I'm done. Bust because this is been your time, right? He had the penalty too now. Bad penalty, the hands to the face, goofy penalty. So it's like
they got Fowler 31st among 115 defensive ends. So he's got the second highest grade behind Osa, and then he's just right above Kenny Clark. All right, I'm done. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm done.
And then
what's that gift
now
where
his run
LeBron
defensive
LeBron
grade
gets
is bad.
up?
Yeah, I know he is, man.
Grade, but his pass rush grade is decent. His overall defensive grade is decent.
His pass rush grade is decent, John?
Decent, yeah.
I don't know how they grade pressures. Bro, nobody's getting even close to the quarterback.
Right.
They grade pressures if you get a pressure in 2.5 seconds or less, and that's definitely not. When quick pressures are not happening. That's why I was telling people it was fool's gold when they were looking at the pressures from week 1. It's like, yeah, when you're holding the ball for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, eventually somebody's going to get close, and that constitutes as a pressure. But we're not winning quickly enough, or even quick at all. It's not even like, oh, I'm asking you to get back there in a second. There's just the only time you're winning is on like the second or third move, 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds into the rep. I mean, Caleb Williams doesn't go through his progressions all that much that I saw on film leading up to this game. Boy was back there getting to his third and fourth reads constantly. It was sickening.
It was madness.
Just sitting back there painting his fingernails.
I was waiting for that.
He was.
I'll tell y'all this. They had a run, and I know this is what I'm just saying. Like, and now Sam Warren was late too, so and it's all in unison. But they had a run to start their 9-play drive because I went and Sky. You made me do this. We were texting. You said you went back and watched the 9-play drive. This is why I said Fowler, you got to try. Yeah. But I know it's the fit. I know it's what Eberflus has him doing.
Wait, which drive are you talking? Are you talking about the one right out of halftime?
The 10-minute drive.
Fowler goes inside, John.
Yeah, inside.
He goes inside of the tackle. Sanborn is late to fit, and that's when.
But don't leave out Maris Swift because that's one of the main issues I think about why Maris is not on the field.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Maris Fowl fires right upfield. He doesn't stay out in that gap,
bro. And then
Fowler shoots inside, and then Sanborn doesn't. I don't know if they were gap exchanging. Maybe he thought, I don't know what he thought.
It looks slow.
All three of them just terrible fits right there. And then you got Murray. Excuse me. I don't know what Murray was looking at. My bad. See, this is me when I'm watching the game. I'm watching the tape.
Well, Swift. By the way, Swift has terrible vision. Has been it's very well documented that Ben Johnson isn't a fan of DeAndre Swift, and he literally just runs right past your defense, John, gets the drive started, and they're but we can get the ball to Swift.
They had and so I love them when we talk about this drive because if you actually go look at the actual run plays of the drive, including the 11-yard run, the actual run plays, not the jet sweep to the receiver, not the quarterback keepers, they only averaged 2.8 yards per carry on that drive. Pure running plays out the backfield. What killed you was Caleb Williams' legs. What killed you was they were getting first downs through the air, and then they got down to the red zone and couldn't run anymore.
Right.
And got to fourth down, and you gave up another. Put that damn graphic back up. Put the graphic.
Get your hands off me. What Dave Fox? All right, hold on. I'm bad.
Here we go. Fourth down. If you will look at the top left screen here, Not a soul in sight on fourth
myself
down, ladies and gentlemen. So very strange. It was a strange drive. 19 plays, 11 straight.
Hooker, by the way.
My homie Hooker is on G. He's on G. He's steady on G.
Hooker, he's been underwhelming too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He has. Not as bad as Dono, but the thing with Hooker is you expect him to be able to be okay in this type of defense, and haven't seen it. Because now guys is getting to a point where you're now the laughing stock of the league, and it's early.
Right.
It's still early. I want to ask the panel this, and then we're gonna close up shop a little early today, guys. Because we have a big show planned for Thursday. We're gonna try to. I'm gonna make it my point to where we can go earlier, so that way Law can be on. Because the show is best when all four of us are on, and that's the quality. Make sure you guys are giving us a 5-star rating. Quickly, everywhere you listen. Quickly, guys. Is there anything that you say that we can point to that says we can get better if maybe somebody comes back, if somebody starts playing better, scheme? Is there anything that you guys are like, maybe I hold out hope for this?
Nope. See you guys Thursday. Very quick. I will say this. The best thing you can do to help your defense would be to really, really commit to the run game. So if Javonte Williams can keep it going, now that will be with some new offensive linemen, well, at least one new offensive lineman with Booker being out. Your offensive line has to play well, but that would be your one thing, that maybe this Javonte Williams thing, you can kind of build off of that, because without CeeDee Lamb, I just have my doubts about them being able to just throw on everybody and just outscore everybody. Like, you're not going to probably be able to do that without him. There just isn't enough there explosive wise, I mean, like, Jake Ferguson's a solid pass catcher. He's a solid tight end, but like, he's not going to be a game breaker type guy, so that leaves Turpin would have to step up, or Jalen Tolbert. I just think it's more likely that you find something in the run game and you put together these long drives that keep Jordan Love or whatever quarterback is on the sideline. That's the best thing you have right now, because that defense is too lost for me to think that in 3 days of practice that it's going to just turn around. This is going to be a while to turn around. And it also makes me wonder, at what point, if it keeps going this way, do you get to where you're like, did they make a mistake by going too young with the coaching staff? I mean, when you look that bad, everybody is, everybody is open for criticism. I mean, it has to be.
It has to be. Nobody's safe, and it should be that way. We barely moved the ball, or we barely executed our plan. At that time, the Bears were the 31st ranked defense.
They moved the ball fine.
We didn't execute our plan. Our plan.
Last thing I'm worried about, Law, is
now we're going to go against the third. Now we're going to go against the third ranked defense. So, like what John said, we better take care of business.
Without Lamb, without Booker, without BB, this is a tall task.
Tall task.
Oh, I'm talking about, is there any way we could salvage
the defense?
Yeah.
I think go ahead. My bad. I thought you were doing
No. Well, I was going to say, maybe Jadeveon give us pressure. Maybe he give us
Bland, bro.
Bland comes back, never be the plan.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what I told Sky, and I told Sky, and he said it's not gonna happen, and it probably won't. I would let Diggs get healthy. He's not healthy, so I would. If he's healthy and it's the best you're gonna get, then that's not gonna happen. I would remove him and Elam off the field. I would keep Reddy Stewart in the slot. I would put Bland on the edge, and I would put 25 out there, because 25 cannot be any worse than Kyer Elam. I would get Wanye on the field. I know what I said. They haven't played Wanye the whole nine and with three coordinators. But at this point, what Donovan shows you, you have to try something else. And you at least let the locker room know that everybody's getting an opportunity, because at this point, you keeping Dono out there is not helping. So those are the four changes that I will make. And I'm going to talk about this later on my channel, but I would not keep this how it is, because you just can't. Diggs missing that jam and just not being able to run. He looks slow.
He offensive.
And then I know Diggs is a confident player, but he looks slow. And then Elam was the worst corner. Just so I make this clear, he was a way worse corner on Sunday than Diggs, but that's who Elam is. he got cast out of Buffalo for a reason. They were no, thank you, we're good, see you later. So that's what I would do, and pray that Bland is healthy. And the sad thing about Bland is you paid him, and it just feels like there's always going to be something with him injury wise. And I hope that's not the case
with Diggs. I mean, there's no difference in that situation. You have to make a lot of personnel changes because it sounds like they're not going to go outside. But for me personally, I would go outside and get some veterans. I'd go get Justin Simmons. I know they're old. These are going to be old names. So, but whatever. I'd rather them than
this
Bridges, whatever. I'd go get Justin Simmons. I'd go get a corner. If you want to say Gillies,
I think his name's Triquez.
Triquez. I didn't want to mess up his first name. And Carl Lawson. If Carl Lawson is still out there,
that's a great name.
So I'd go out and get some veterans, give them some time. I know you went out and got Jadeveon, but I wouldn't be done. And this is us speaking this if you're still trying to compete. If you have no care to actually bring in better players than your cornerback 7, then your defensive edge and 5, then your bad safeties, dark corner, then that's fine. If that's what you want to do and just put the young bucks in there and just live with, the losses that are going to pile up from that and have them learn from it. Me personally, I want to actually try to win. So I'd go get some veterans and let the young guys learn from them. And if they are better than them, then obviously play over them. But yeah, wholesale personnel changes. I think outside and inside. We already got some safeties. See what they can do. Call up. I said it again. Call up Isaiah Land. See if you're not going to go out and sign somebody. Let the young bucks at linebacker play. Linebackers have been poor for 3. I mean, you had a decent game in the Giants by one guy, but for the most part, this ain't it. So make some personnel changes. That's it. He's not going to make scheme changes. It's not happening. So quit asking.
And I know some people have talked about Eberflus. I don't think that they would part ways with Eberflus during the season. And even
Justin Simmons is another one. Yeah, if I didn't say that, I'm sorry.
Even in the offseason, it would be interesting because of the fact that I don't know that they really want to go 4 years with 4 different defensive coordinators. So
they've already won 8 in the last 10 years. But no, in all seriousness, you need some continuity. He's just not giving us confidence about said continuity.
If they didn't fire Mike Nolan mid-season, so they not going.
Or Rob Ryan, or
can I tell y'all something? Our chat box is so messy, bro. Let's get to these supers, and we're gonna let This is a fire banger of a show. I want to go longer, but I know we want to let John go in.
Yeah,
we'll come back. We can have it. Let's do this. Let's do this, guy. We'll have it on Thursday, and then we'll get ready for Green Bay. John, give us 2 minutes. Let's get to these supers because it's really just people trolling, and then we'll talk to them about it. Eric Brown. Just here to hear Foots cook Diggs. Man, that battle with me and Sky was so much fun. Honestly, guys.
No battle. You make it seem like I'm defending Diggs.
Sky loves Diggs, y'all. Put this on the internet.
Yeah, he's got his jersey right now.
He actually pull up your shirt. He got his Diggs jersey. No. Hey, Eric, you know the crazy thing about it?
I will say I do like him being very accountable after the games, though.
Bro, if you bring that up one more time, John, about this accountability, I'm sick of it. Stop telling me how sorry you are.
And play better, right? And you know what?
I mean,
it was his birthday weekend.
Pittsburgh Pickens just laughed at. He didn't want to talk after the game.
I ain't even mad. I don't. What I need to hear from Pickens? Bro, just go get better.
The ball hit you in both your hands.
But my bad. As a journalist, you're right. I personally don't care to hear
honestly,
from
to me,
it's
a teammate thing. To be honest with you, when you have a big play that impacts the game, it's on you to kind of. So that your teammates don't have to answer for it. And I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but it's more than just a media thing. It's that
I talk to my teammates about it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It seems like there's a lot of that going on. You can tell by the play on the field. They seem like they're locked in, cohesive unit.
I don't want to dismiss your guys' jobs, but I ain't got to tell you this. I know the players is sick of y'all. They don't want this, but they have to.
Well, I want to cover good teams too, and what do I get? 15 years. I haven't covered a damn parade in those 15 years. I promise you that.
He said, John said, "Well, you better give me something, goddammit."
Yeah.
What did they say? I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with something.
Get your hands off me.
I'm supposed to do 2 podcasts a week.
We'll have it on that play.
You guys are already making that difficult after 3 weeks.
Oh, John, they said they want mock drafts pretty soon, so don't worry.
I understand.
Hey, fellas, they had to put different players.
What D-Law say? He said, I knocked the out of all y'all. I ain't even playing.
Slap the shit out of all y'all.
Yeah, there you go. I slapped out of all y'all.
Literally, when he was saying it, I was cracking up. I was standing right there. I was like,
listen, with the money they make, I would have been like, "Hey, D-Law, right here,
hit this side right here."
Because I promise you, me and my lawyer
Sweet
We
tea.
will, listen, we will hit you with a David Mulligator so quick. Don't worry about it. We will ESPN this thing.
Law up, D-Law.
Right. Fellas, they had to put players in different. Yep, I think Sky said it. Law, John, something has to happen. So, and I called for Brian to do it in game, but you're right, John. He has to literally get his menu ready, and that's real. Like, and that's so Flus, now, bro. Flus, you're gonna have to change, buddy, and you're gonna get calls for people to change. So, and I know one thing about it, Sky, John will ask those coaches some tough questions. You do not ask lollipop questions, John. I appreciate that about you.
Flus is good about not giving us anything, though. So I see that.
I know
that's not gonna really go anywhere.
I know.
He also doesn't give you anything on the sideline either. You know, I know fans, like when things are going bad, they want to see that fiery, whatever. That's not really him either. You know, I know that was the thing in Chicago too. You know,
that's the D-line coach.
Yeah,
that's White Cotton. Yeah. Been tapped in for a minute. Great work, fellas. A Foots, don't let up on Diggs. Refuse to lose podcast. Thank you, Tomo, for the $10. Hey, Tomo, what an amazing show. Law Nation, Skywalker Steele, John Machota. Hey, we will see you guys Thursday, and we're gonna go earlier. I'll talk to the fellas behind the scenes, but what an amazing show. Law, you want to take us out?
Oh man, hey man, you guys been listening to the greatest sounds of the four goats.
Four goats.
Four goats. I forgot what I was gonna say. There we go. Let's get it.
That's law. That's law. That's law. That's law. That's law.
That's law.
Hey, much love. See you guys later. Peace.
Four horsemen of the goats, man.
Hey, good show, y'all.